This is the second painting of cat with wet in wet. Let's test the paper how wet that it need to be. So I'm going to start from this side. I'm going to make the paper very wet, very wet on this side. Okay. There you see that I'm making lots of water wash into this area. And the middle over here, I'm going to have it a little less wet. A little bit less. Okay. And in fact, I'm going to squeeze the wet away. I'm going to just do it one more in this area so there will be less water as that area, right? Now, I'm going to try to remember what I did for that, so I can do the same thing for my painting. On this side, the last one, I'm going to paint it, the wet into this area. I'm going to and also tap to make this the excess wet away. So the paper is wet, but it's just not really wet into that. Now what I want to do, I'm going to use this number 12 brush. I'm going to wash it over here, start from here, say, that's how it look with that. Over here in the middle. And the last one over here. The same kind of brush stroke. So you can see that if you do it like that, you're not going to get the shape of the tail. It looks like, ooh, the shape of the whole cat. Okay, I'm going to do it again over here, but I'm going to put not press the brush that much in it. I'm going to do it very little. Okay, it doesn't have much. So, okay, a little bit, like that. So you get the idea of this is kind of looks cool. Looks like the feeling of the fur is coming out. Maybe a little bit too wet. Okay, we can try something in between these two. And this, okay. But however, it doesn't look like the fur coming out. So we have a little better idea now what we're going to do when we do the painting. And this one definitely too dry, right? Okay, good. Now we are going to open the page. Now the first thing I'm going to do for this painting, this is a 2H pencil. So I'm going to get the location. This is the face and the back coming down, the tail over here. So I'm going to have to make the cat a little bit smaller. So I'm going to have it come up over here, the back. It sit here like that. And the leg and the front and the chest over here and then coming up, and the cat's the ear are probably here. Just get the idea, because this is going to be wet into wet and it's not going to be have much time for me to think. So I'm going to do a quick drawing first. And this is the paw, the front coming in, and the other leg coming over here. Okay, good. Now see, the face is about here. Let's take a look. See the face over here and the eye. One eye over here, the other eye. In this area. Try to get the idea what that is going to be. And the nose, the triangle nose, is about here. And the mouth, it seems like she's worried. And okay. And you can see that as a little soft gray colors on this side, so it makes this area has become the area facing more to the light from the window. And on this side, I do a little planning. Also the whisker. I need to make sure the whisker is going to scratch coming out like this. Coming out with the some little printing. And here on the front have little light gray colors. Okay, have the hair coming over here. And the painting may not be exactly to be the way that I'm printing. And I'll try to use this as a good guideline when I'm doing the painting. Okay, like that. And maybe the front and moving a little backward. Like that. I'm going to try to simplify it in this painting process. Okay. And the back legs here. There you go. This would be the tape. Like this. Coming up. Like that. Okay. I think this is pretty good. Let's print also for the background. What we're going to do for the background. Because the outside over here, we need to give a little kind of gray colors, and otherwise, maybe here throw a little red colors. It's just good. Actually, the red color maybe work fine, and have a little shadow over here. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to wet the paper. Not very wet, but it's not dry, right? We're going to control the wetness. And we have to act really fast. First thing we're going to paint the background also have some color too. And also have to kind of like a softness. Let's wet the paper. Okay, let's see. I don't make it too wet. Like this. Now the paper is buckled up already. Okay, it's good. Make the paper a little bit even. But you know, in the ear area, it's not really that much fuzzy. So what I want to do for the ear, I'm going to dry my brush, okay, and make it a little drier on the top over here. So when I paint the background, it's not going to have too much of spread, right? So I'm going to take that. Okay, what I want to do now, ready? Yeah. Let's use the big brush. Let's do that. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, while waiting this is drying a little bit, I'm going to do the background over here. And I'm going to use this part could probably good, mix with this together. And here you go, have a little bit more like, look like the gray colors now. Doesn't need to be so dark, just need a little suggestions. Here we go. I'm going to get over here and going through so we can see the white in the cat. Coming down. Because also wet, the edge is not going to be that sharp. This is good. Now coming down over here, that's good enough for this. And then on this side, I'm also going through. You can see the ear have a little light. Okay, good. And the back is okay. Get a little wet into the back. And on over here, I'm going to get a little red colors. So I'm going to get lots of red and just put a little red. Let it go. That's good. Remember, I just introduced a little bit more wet into the paper. So be a little careful of that. I'm going to get a little blue color. I'm gonna throw a little blue color over here, make a little darker. So maybe a little bit over there. And that's it for the background. Now I'm gonna coming into doing the painting of the cat. So before I do that, let's let go some of the extra wet. Because the wetness of the paper is very, very crucial. Now I'm gonna start. I think the tail over here can be a little bit wet. The paper getting dry now. Get a little bit wet around it. So be a little consistent. Come back a little, make a little wet. Okay, now I'm gonna take this number 12, the round brush. Now what I want to do, I'm gonna get the black ink, this traditional Chinese black ink for Chinese brush painting and calligraphy. So let's see. Now, good. Let's do it. Let's see. I'm gonna render it. It's going to move like that. Coming up here. Now, get a little bit water, make it a little bit lighter. Now, start moving that in this direction. Moving it just like the body, the texture moving in this angle. And give a little lighter coming to the front. And coming down here. Good. It's pretty good. Well under control. And over here, a little bit over here too. Now, at the bottom over here, we're going to see a little bit darker. So I'm going to get a little bit darker ink and coming over here. The whole process is called wet into wet. It's still wet. The whole thing is wet. I'm going to get a little darker color in here. Let it spread. Like that. And cool. Now what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna start working into the face. And a little bit light, pretty light, start with, and on the top of the forehead. So what you're looking for is the simple shape. See a little light. Like that. Going around a little bit over here, a little bit under the mouth, a little triangle. Got a little bit over here. And also on the cheek, a little bit color over here. Like that. Okay, it's almost good. Now what I want to do, I want to clean my brush. Now I'm going to soften that color in between. Like that. Right. And also the forehead. And give a little thing like that. Gets cool. Have that connected. And have a little bit, let the color come in to the side over here. A little bit light color. And this is good. And what we want to do for the ear, we need to put a little red colors to the ear. And let the red color over here come in. And a little red color on this side. I only need a little suggestions. And soften the edge over here. The edge is good for the ear. Right? Keep it up. Okay, let's take a look at the floor over here. We need to have a little bit gray colors, and from here to here. And have a little shadow underneath so that you can see the part. Okay, a little shadow on this side, a little bit shadow over here. Actually, have a little soft because the color is still wet. So have a little wet connect to that, and actually the fur would connect over. And the tail get a little dry now, and also the tail may be a little too big, so I want to add a little bit detail to it. I'm gonna get a little bit more ink. Now we're gonna see. I'm gonna get a little pattern. Start over here, come in a little. But I don't want to make it feel like a drive. That, I'm going to have a little water, soften it. Like this. That, a little bit soften. Like that. It's good. Now what we want to do now, and also you need to add a little bit, catch the shadow, maybe a little too dark. Okay, right here, on this side. A little bit. Okay, here you go. Like that. Okay. Now what I want to do, I'm going to go to give a little details for the eye. But before I gonna do that, I want to work on the whisker. And for the ear, get a little edge on this side. A little bit darker, a little gray color over here. I'm gonna soften this side a little bit. Good. Now I'm gonna see what I can do for the whisker. Let's see. A little bit late, but I'm going to do it the other way after you drive. That first. Let's paint it into the eye. The eye will be simple. So a lot of suggestions. One is up here. On this side. Okay. And out the lower part of the eye here. Okay, have a little bit greenish color the gray greenish color on the edge over here, inside the eye. A little bit greenish colors, very little on here too. Maybe here should be lighter. I'm gonna lift it up, make it a little bit lighter. And the nose, a little red. Or pink. And now get a little bit dark color and having the nostril coming down. Is almost there, right? Have a little bit warmer color, maybe on the side, over here. Connect that a little bit. Let's see. And it may need a little bit dark color to enforce a little bit for the pattern. But we don't want to make it look too dry. So what I want to do is to also have a wet wash over those color, so make it look like softer. And have a little bit catch the shadow underneath the leg. Okay, one more. Underneath, just have to give a little bit more shadow to catch the shadow under the paw, and also a little bit warmer color too. Have that, and a little bit, but this side have a little cooler, so I'm gonna come back, give a little bit more, and maybe a couple dots over here suggesting that the pattern. And the eye, over here, the eye, have a little bit on this side, a little bit suggesting. That. Looking up. Clean up a little bit over here, make a little softer inside the eye. Okay, make this a little softer in this area. Okay, looks like a little bit red in here. Okay. Make a little softer over here too. And maybe in here on the face have a little bit detail. We're going to do the last part of scratching for the narrow white line, you can say whiskers, and start from the top over here. And this is a very easy process. Is just get a good knife, like an X-Acto knife that I have, and when you scratch, use the side. Okay, don't use a straight angle. In that case, you cut the paper. It's just be patient. Don't scratch too deep. Okay, it's just on the top. I'm gonna do a couple lines. I'd like to introduce our learning community to you. All members can access to enjoying art workshops and collections of lessons. Paint With Me members can download the full-size reference photos for a better learning experience. VIP members can join the private Facebook group to share discussions of our learning with like-minded artists. Gold members can receive advice directly from me and receive video critiques and suggestions of your work. Please check below for the link to join us. We're waiting for you to become part of our Enjoying Art learning community.